Ooh. Okay. Oh my God, I didn't do the banter with the whole intro for some time. So today I have a guest, and I already see that you are gathering together. So yeah, let me introduce my guest. It's Marsha Valk, and we will chit chat about the art. Marsha, are you ready? You have to knock your head. Okay.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Yeah, remember that it's other way around, like driving
Oh,
a car. You know, every time when you want to show something on the right, it's on the left. It's
yeah.
always confusing. Um, yeah, so how are you today?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. It's been a bit gray outside, but I've had a good Zoom call, and I've been working not in my studio, behind the computer all day.
Uh, for me, you know, working in the studio and in front of the computer is the same thing because they are at the same place.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so hello, Karen. And you have hi, Marsha from Karen. And we have Penny and we have Moika. Okay, so
Monica.
first, a few words. We met quite a bit ago, I think 4 years. Oh my God.
Probably, yeah. Maybe
Yeah, because
even longer.
we met in Paris,
Yeah.
in this weird version scrap when it was just after all the attacks, so it was crazy. And since then, we met few times, and we never were able to sit next to each other on any dinner. So that will be our
Only
friendly chit chat.
only once last year or this year, actually.
This year, yeah, but it was short because then
Yeah, I know.
everything shifted, and it's just about like.
Yeah.
So basically, tell the no, maybe I will tell people that you are gel printing, mono printing expert, and that's your like uh, niche in the market. Because I would still consider like mono printing quite a niche thing.
You do?
Because it always depends on what you are doing. Because most of the time I'm doing some kind of weird assemblage. So from the whole like monoprint area, I know Beckett, Tanya, and that's it. That's my whole knowledge about it.
But I do some other stuff too. I also do some assemblage sometimes, and you can use monoprints in your assemblage. So the one thing doesn't have to be a lot separate from the other thing.
Yeah, every time it's just like because every time we meet, usually I'm attending at least one of your demos or chit chat in the booth, and I'm coming back home and I'm like, yeah, I will try it. This time I will try it and I will make it and it will happen. And then I produce a pile of mediocre prints, and that's it. That's it.
But it comes one time.
Wait, because something was wrong. Could you
Yeah,
repeat that?
yeah. So one time isn't enough. You have to keep going.
Yeah, but what to do with them afterwards? 'Cause,
So
I like my prints, but I
yeah,
don't do Arduino, so it's like,
but what do you print on? On normal
um,
paper?
the only ones that I actually use, I print on tissue paper,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I as the transfer, and that's my go-to for weird colorful background. because I really enjoy the process. But then I have whole pile of them, and I even like them. But then it's like, what should I do with it? I could frame it. I could put it on the page, but then I don't want to cover any of the areas because I love all the areas. If I don't love all the areas, it goes
No,
skipping.
but if you have a whole pile, then risk it. Because you have done it before, right? So you can do it again. You know how it works. And if you have the tissue paper, you can use it for decoupage. So you can use it on your assemblage pieces.
I'm still,
now you're looking at me like I'm.
No, it's my relationship with the printing plate is like love hate. I have at least 4 or 5 of them because I was trying different sizes because I started with those itsy bitsy tiny ones just to try.
Mhm.
I like how you can, play with the paint and do weird stuff on the plate. And I like the moment when you pull it off and yay, it's here. So it's relaxing to try it, but then to use it in the art, it just never fitting. It's like with some of Marlene's stuff. I absolutely adore her style. I adore it. I love everything about it. It just speaks to me. It sparkles joy, but I cannot do it. When I start to think about how many colors I have to use to achieve similar look, because it's always bright and colorful and full of
No.
everything.
You can do it in any color that you want.
But
The
it looks boring if
colorful
I
stuff
will do
is.
it with my favorite ones.
Excuse me. What did you say?
I It looks very boring when I do it with my favorite ones because those are
No.
only browns and maybe black.
How about metallics?
Then you have to have opaque acrylic paint, I would assume. I mean, I saw that you put a video about using metallic paints, so maybe I will try it. I try it in and out, and that's the beauty of all the weird stuff, that we can try everything. But I don't think that I would be ever like jelly jelly plate master. I use it for most of the time as a pad to stamp with acrylic paint. I just spread my paint, or I transfer images with jelly plate, and
Well, that's cool too. That's cool too.
it's still black magic for me, and I'm mesmerized every time when you do your art. So yeah, we already have few people, so I will put the introduction element because I have here a couple of your journal flips that you posted. So one will be probably, if they have volume, we cannot talk over them.
Okay.
Let's see. No, it's without the voice. So it's your journal flip. Wait, I will put the background. Yeah, so we can talk over because I thought that the journal flip will introduce the best you as an artist to the viewers. Oh, this one was upside down.
Yeah. So this is a small. I like to work in small journals. So this is a small one, like a traveler's notebook size. And this one is filled with all the days of the Creative Jumpstart in January. Do you know Creative Jumpstart?
Yeah, of course I know. Oh my God, it's such a cool. I have another one. Wait, this is. Okay, we can talk now.
Yeah, that
I
one had
forgot.
sound.
Yeah, I forgot to turn off the sound, and it shows the thing that I want to move on to, because I have a tendency to do the same thing in the same style. I'm narrowing it more and more into steampunk or dark side of the craft. Not so gory yet, but we are going there. And, and I noticed that your art is very eclectic. Sometimes it's very graphic, very simple. Sometimes it's super complicated. Often you grab the inspirations from very busy magazine images. Lately you did a really cool um, repainting of the classical painting on the jelly plate, and you transferred that painting and then add
Yeah.
the details. How do you come up with ideas with so many styles at once?
Yeah. So, of course, the one was the first was all prompts from Creative Jumpstart. So I watched videos by someone else, and then I created something inspired by something they showed. Sometimes I follow the tutorial, but I always try to put something of myself in there, because what's the point otherwise? And the second journal you showed was for Stencil Girl, a challenge, and I had to make a page for every letter of the alphabet. And for that one, I used it as a kind of a diary. So each letter represents something that happened, or a show that I watched, or something I listened to, or something I read, or something else that was going on at that moment. So for the second journal, I just went with the inspiration that came with the subject at hand. So the base of the book is kind of the same, because it's all girl stencils, and I used pages. I made the book from gel prints, so all of that was kind of the same. But then, yeah, sometimes I like to illustrate, and sometimes I like to
Okay, wait. You will have to
And
okay. Sometimes you like to illustrate, and sometimes you like to.
use magazine images like models, or sometimes vintage magazine images, photos, that sort of thing. And for the classical, so it depends on what I'm creating for. So the classical thing that you saw,
Give me 1 second.
yeah,
Eric, could you leave internet alone? Yeah, but leave the phone aside. Yeah, it should
yeah.
be fine now.
So for that, it's a thing image
Mhm.
that I could use that was copyright free for that video. And I also kind of like to draw inspiration from that, and I kind of copied it, but that was also because I wanted to show that you don't really necessarily need to be a really good drawer or a really good painter to make something like that.
I would not call it a copy. You know, the copy is like exactly the same, and this is just your version, your
Yeah,
twist
yeah,
on the same concept, or and I think that it's super cool that
yeah.
we can add our own stuff because mine would look totally different. I'm pretty sure that I would skip adding face because I don't have a skill for that. Um,
But sometimes you just have to, because I'm not a good drawer, but I do it anyway, because otherwise, if I use stamps all the time, or if I use magazine images all the time, um, I'm not really putting my own stamp on it, if you understand what I mean.
yeah, it doesn't feel you enough.
Yeah. That's exactly why I love monoprinting so much, because I started as a scrapbooker, and I used store-bought papers all the time. And then once I started monoprinting, all of a sudden the design papers didn't. There was something missing in the store-bought papers. So from then on, I started using my own papers for my stuff.
And you mentioned Creative Jumpstart.
Yeah.
For people who are either on the chat or will watch on the replay, because maybe not everyone knows about
I
it.
need $20. Dad is having trouble.
Okay, give me 1 second because my husband cannot pay with the card. Wait, I will give you $20. It's here. Good. Here. Just yeah. Yeah. The I broke the chip in the card, so we not always can pay with the card. And my husband went to buy some booze, and the payment failed. So yeah, but it's done. That's the beauty of being live in the madhouse. So Creative Jumpstart, I get to know about Creative Jumpstart since I think that first one was like completely free for everyone to
Yeah.
watch. So I watched it and got familiar with the idea. And how many years you have been teaching in Creative Jumpstart? Couple, I think.
Yeah.
In the
I think I think it was the seventh time last year, or last year, this year. Did you
Um,
did you
you
hear
have
that?
to repeat. No, you have to
Yeah.
repeat the
So
sentence
Creative
because.
Jumpstart is an online event that takes place in January every year. Um, 2021 will be the 10th anniversary, and I think I have participated 7 times already, and then maybe the next one will be the 8th, and I don't know if I can say that, but I have said it.
I think you can. Basically, the idea is that bunch of artists come together to inspire people to creatively jump into new year. That
Yeah.
was the idea since the beginning, and you have quite a cool crew. Every time there is so many people from so many genres of art, because you have gel printing, you have people who do really clean and simple, and people who do like fine arts, and it's just such a cool mixture of different classes.
Yeah. So Natalie Kalbeck organizes it, and she always finds the most amazing people that can show you stuff that you have never seen before or never thought of before, and some of the artists you might know, but they so you always find new artists to follow. You learn new stuff. You see new techniques, and it's just a really fun way to start a new year.
Yeah, and you already get props, you have everything, like handed, so basically you just sit and create. The whole thinking part is gone. And I think that this year in Frankfurt, we have like table almost full of creative jumpstart artists. Wait, let's look at the comments.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I love the deep, rich colors and
thank
wings.
you.
I also wish that my mind worked like that. I picked three of. I think that I had more. I don't know why they didn't load it. Anyway, we will start with my absolute favorite.
Okay.
That is
Ah,
that is the set that she did, and they are, oh my god, the colors, the patterns, the whole idea. I have to admit, and by the way, everything that I'm showing you on the screen, in the description box you will find the links to the tutorials, because most of them come with video instructions step by step what you have to do to have similar piece. The other one is the Valentine one. Oh my god, I I'm still like stoked by this one. Not only the color, but also the way. I think it's possible just and only with jelly, with this monoprinting technique, to have this detail in the heart on the middle, on the bottom row. I just love that detail. And yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah. So this one,
I wanted to suggest you that from this one you could make a really cool stamp set that will sell amazingly. Just saying, just saying.
so this was a I make little videos that Jelly Art shows on their Instagram, and this one, the video that goes with this YouTube video, um, the video on Instagram went viral.
Because it's, that's the thing that I will never be able to achieve, I'm afraid. Because
But it's super simple. I didn't do
yeah,
anything.
that's the thing. It's simple, but really beautiful and really stroking street. It's just like such a strong images. It's not too busy. It's not too empty, and I'm always in the space like it's either too busy for me or too empty, and if I will feel the empty, it's too busy, and we go back and forward.
But
Hashtag.
it's no, but it's a dance, right? I don't get it right every time.
It feels like you do.
No, I don't.
Another one that I absolutely loved, and
Yeah.
I also love the video that goes with this one, about the paints and the differences between opaque and transparent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And again, amazing color combo. And I would be never brave enough to use such a saturated colors in my work.
But this is my favorite. These are two colors of my favorite color trio, and it's just a primary color. So it's magenta, yellow, and then cyan or cyan or whatever you want to call that. And if you mix those three, or you mix only two of those, it can't go wrong.
Trust me, I can prove you wrong. I'm sure that I will always get a green mix and not a nice green, the ugly green. Um, yeah, this one, I think it's from the same
Yeah,
same
yeah, it
video.
is. Yeah, it is.
Again, not too busy, not too empty, modern, and oh my God, it looks just like a piece of fine art that you can find in the gallery. With it gives me both modern and retro vibes.
Yeah,
Like it just you can see that I'm excited just by looking at them, and then I'm not able to do something like that. And here, I just grabbed the picture of you holding the different prints. Yeah, because
yeah. So you saw the inside of one of these journals. That was the first video, the Creative Jumpstart journal. So I
I
just
will
made.
show. I will show again the one that I really love. Maybe one day I will be able to recreate that.
But that one was something that I postponed for a long time, because I used craft text to make those pouches, and I had that in my drawer
Graphics
for a
is
long time.
like washable paper. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, and then one day I thought, oh, okay, I will do it. Let's do that, and it turned out like that. So I'm really happy that everyone loves it. Oh, book covers, yeah, book covers. You can, yeah, so these I made myself. Those journals that you saw, but you can also gel print on book covers.
I think
Super
you can
easy.
gel print on anything, because that's my another use of the plate. If I have to stamp on weird surface and I can't just get it right, then I will just stamp on the plate and transfer it, because
Yeah,
I bend it and hold it, it will go. But still, if you would see me with my jelly art plate, oh my God, it's just like, no.
maybe we should do it on YouTube one time.
That will be super embarrassing, because all the time I get too much paint. I think that the only time when I actually like went for it, it was 30 days of printing
Yeah.
Birgit's challenge.
Mhm.
I made a goal that I will enter, I will do all of them. I did all the prompts. I like my prints. I still have them. I didn't use them. I will be honest. But it was fun because it was something new. I always say that it's not my favorite tool, but it's always my tool of choice if I have to do a quick background. Okay, I have a question for you. What's your favorite supply except the plate?
Paint.
Which one will be favorite?
What kind of paint is favorite?
Yeah. Which one will be your favorite?
Acrylic paint.
Yeah, but now we have ton of brands. We have opaque ones, we have translucent ones, we have liquid ones, and we have very thick ones.
Yeah, so soft body has to be soft body. I don't like heavy body paints. I used to have, when I started art journaling, and that was like more than 10 years ago, maybe 2009. I started by following classes by Dina Wakely, and she used to advise her students to buy heavy body paint. So I have quite a lot of them, but I never use them anymore. I just like the soft body paints now. And well, if I have to, transparent or opaque, I think opaque is more versatile. So then I would say opaque. And what else? What else did you matte
I
or
see. I see that it's like a hard choice for you because if you would ask me, I will go straight up to heavy body, fully opaque. We are going with full coverage every time.
no?
Every
But
time.
I know too much, so I know this paint can do this, and the other paint can do that, and I need all of them, right?
We all need all of those things, especially the things that I see in internet. Oh my God. I need them all the time. Oh, wait.
I even think like what size jelly plates? Ooh, okay. So I would say the 5x7.
I have this one.
Yeah, because it's kind of like A5 size. I don't know where you are in the world. Um,
It's around this one. Yeah, because my plate, this is
yeah,
Marlene's
it's
paper.
about that size. So it's a
Yeah,
little
and my
smaller.
plate is covering almost all the thing. I just have
Yeah,
the edges off.
yeah. And I don't cover. I don't pages. It's small enough to put on an acrylic plate so you can stamp it. So that's a good size. For me personally, I started with the 6x6.
With
So
the
I
square
started with
one.
a square one. Yeah.
I I have square one, but it's like something about the square because I started as card maker, then had short episode of being traditional scrapbooker, and then move on to a weird stuff. So the square, for a long time, it was very comfortable um, size format, and now I'm avoiding square as much as I can because it's hard for me to make to arrange it, and square plate. I had to choose something because most of my papers are rectangle. So I had to pick which part I want to pick up. And before I will pick them up, I have no idea how they look. So just mind blown.
Yeah, but for me, it doesn't matter what size or what orientation a plate is. But if you are a beginner, then I would say, yeah, the 5x7 is a good plate.
Christiana, I have a question, and I can respond that yes, you use different mediums, and if you roll down the description, there is Marsha website, and everything is nicely divided into categories, and it's really easy to navigate. By the way, big thumbs up from me for having really readable website, because it was so easy just to, look through it. What would be your favorites? Like if you feel like I will just do something. I feel like doing something, and I don't want to start a big project. What are you doing then to spark just a little bit of joy?
So I'm in the last 1.5 years, I am sketching more. So if I'm doing something just for me, then I take a little sketchbook and I don't sit here. I sit downstairs at my dining room table and just sketch. So that's relaxed time, right? And if I do something in here, yeah, those little journal pages. So what I like about the small journals is that it doesn't take a long time for you to create something. So even if I have only 15 minutes, I can the round. Okay, Lena, are you a card maker or are you a journaler?
Christiana goes into any kind of. She's very curious cat, because yesterday we were zooming and we were just crafting together. And on one hand she have the assemblage piece, on the other hand she started a journal page. She also have some stamping, so very versatile crafter.
Yeah, so the round ones are fun, and I think they are especially fun if you use like something like stamping inks or alcohol inks, something like that. I'm never sure how to use them.
Why? Circle is such a good thing, because you can just make a pattern or use it partially. See, that's an issue with the square and circle. I will always pick the circle because it's
Okay,
easier.
that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's like because every time when we talk, and that's also the reason of the banter, that talking with creative people about creative stuff always discovers something in my head, because for me the creative process starts here in my head, and then, the wheels start to turn, and then at the end I will end up with doing something with that. Probably it will never turn as I expected
But
to.
that's okay because in the process you can discover something else, right?
Yeah, usually how many times I can fail before I will toss it away and start again.
No, but if you look at social media and on YouTube, you never see what goes wrong. You only see like the highlight reel of everything that went
I
right.
started to leave in those fails in the videos because people ask for it, and lately I switched for streaming. And with the live stream, you cannot hide when something went
No,
wrong.
I know.
There is just no
So
hiding.
no. Lena had another question that I saw
Yeah,
in the
I will put it. I will
yeah.
put it
So
back.
I try everything on the plate. Not just acrylic paints. Um, but I do
Which
like
one?
acrylic paint most. So sometimes I use inks and I mix those in with the acrylic paint, and you can do a fun technique, and maybe that's what you saw with acrylic ink and heavier body paints, and then it separates and you can pull one print out. Whole story. There's there's a video on there on the Jelly Arts YouTube channel about that. And maybe you mean if I use any gel medium or anything to change the viscosity of the paint, and sometimes I do. I use slow dry medium, Liquitex slow dry medium, but you can use any type
So
of
it's
slow.
like retarder, yeah?
Yeah. To because sometimes, like in summer, it was 30 degrees outside, and then the paint just dries way
Uh,
paper down.
yeah,
The
and
paint is dry.
there is also the question about the briars.
Yeah, so I
I
use
didn't know
both.
that we can have soft and hard. I just thought that we have briar.
No, I have both. Um, if I had to do soft rubber one, ball, oops, um, that you can squish,
Mm?
and then the hard one is like you can't squish at all. It's like just red rubber, and they both have. You can use both. It just depends on what you want and what you want the ink to do. Or if you want to use it just to burnish your paper, then I would use the hard one. But for the paints, I like the soft rubber one.
I also have a personal question because you are part of Jelly Arts crew and also Birgit Kopsen's crew. And you also have a real job, yeah? Crafting is just a side thing, or you are doing crafting for a living? Because I don't think that we ever. No, you had a real job.
I had, but I don't have. I have. This is my real job.
So you turned your hobby into your job. Do you find it?
I did
Yeah.
a lot of things, but I did a lot of things. But my last job was at a craft store. I was a shop attendant at a craft store, but that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, so that
So
was the
that's
last
already
time
a
when
long
I
time
was
ago.
asking you what you are doing for a living, and then it never fold into that direction.
No, so I left that job already a long time ago.
But it sounds like a dream job to be working in the craft store. I don't think that I could go back just to do like regular thing. I so get used to doing crafting and crafty related stuff for a living. But it's hard, and time to time I feel like doing it as a job takes a little bit of the joy time to time. Not
Yeah.
for not always, and I would say that you can see that in the artwork if it was enjoyable or not. Last year was very enjoyable for me, I have to admit. Yeah, but have you ever came across that it's like taking away from
Yes,
the
of
fun?
course. Yes, of course. Not always, because if it's about gel printing, then well, I could do that all the time. But it's not just like me gel printing. I need to think about what I'm doing. I need to think about what I'm showing. Making videos is hard work, and it's a lot of work.
Like
And
editing.
hmm?
I don't like editing. That's why I turn into live streams because you don't have to edit.
But I like editing, so that's not a problem. But it takes a lot of time. It takes more time than you think that it will take. And yeah, well, sometimes I have because yeah, sometimes I have an assignment that's not completely what I want, or if it, like with the craft text, I wasn't looking forward to working with it, and it wasn't sponsored or anything. It wasn't even really craft text. It was a type of craft text, but yes, sometimes you have a product that you have to use or that you want to use because it hasn't been addressed before. And yeah, sometimes I don't like it, but it
Yeah,
usually
sometimes, sometimes it's, but I would not say that I could see in your artwork which one you were excited for and which one you weren't, because you can see that I picked the work that you were like not looking forward to do the project, and honestly, I love it. I just love it. The
no,
colors,
but
the
it turned out
form.
really great, and once I, that's also, you can really look up to doing something, and then you are doing it, and then you think,
Nah.
so what was I worried about? This is fun and it looks great, and yeah, so sometimes you just have to go for it. And of
I
course,
really
I can be a really like it. In the past, I have been on design teams where you get products because it's for a shop or something, and you get product and you really, really don't like it. But now I'm in a position, I'm on Birgit's design team, but I really like her stuff, so I
Yeah,
want to
you
work it.
really wanted to
So
be at that
and
spot.
you have the same thing, like now you get to work with Finnebear stuff
Yeah,
and
but
acorn craft, and it suits you. So
it was a struggle because I couldn't find myself, and I thought that in general, design team will be never again the thing for me. But the ones that I have right now, I'm really happy with. The ambassadors are not restricting, any of those teams is not restricting me or forcing to something. Because my issue with teams was like when I have the product that I don't want to work with, but I have a deadline and I really have to do it. It's not like somebody's forcing you or the world will end, but if I gave my word and I said that I'm up for something, then I have to fulfill my obligation. And I would feel really stupid saying like, nah, I don't like this one, because by testing some stuff that I was sure that they will never work for me, I discovered some stuff that really work for me.
yeah, so along the way you get to know yourself, and you can say no to stuff that doesn't suit you. But you know, I have been in this
industry.
for a long time now. Like I landed my first design team in 2007. That was scrapbooking.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that scrapbooking exists in 2007, I think. Yeah, I started in 2009. So
yeah, I was already scrapbooking in through 2003. That's when I first discovered it. But I didn't have anything.
do you feel happy with the place that you are right now? Like, you do what you love for a living. Does it feel like it's sparkling joy? And does it feel like, because every time when I see you, you are smiling and you are super happy and you are always you have such a positive attitude, even when something bad happens, you always come up with the positive attitudes towards the event. So totally opposite than me, because I get grumpy and I will bitch about it.
Well, you only see that side of me, I think. No, I can bitch too, and I'm also grumpy sometimes. But you know what? When we see each other, we are like at a big fair, and then what's the point of being down there? It's no use. You have to put your best foot forward and make something of it, right?
Yeah, and I love those meetings, and I was so bummed that this year, because we met in Frankfurt, and shortly after there was a Dutch event that we didn't go to,
No.
and I was so bummed because it's all this Corona bullshit that it's happening. But on the other hand, I rediscovered the online community, because meeting so many artists made me realize that art community can be very positive. And from just hanging out online, I had an impression that it's toxic. And basically, thanks to coronavirus, I discovered those people who are over there on the chat. And, it's just this year I rediscovered like whole community. I changed my view on the industry, and I feel really, really, really happy with everything that is going on. And oh my God, I'm looking forward for January. No, not January. It will be in April, and maybe they will change their mind and they will make a real event, or they will
Who
start.
knows what? Anything can happen now, right?
Yeah, but now we have also so many things online, because it forced me to be more active
Yeah.
and do more stuff, because my job is still like teaching classes. I didn't teach class since 1 year.
No.
So I switched for graphic designs again. But I'm really looking forward for it, and to new. I'm pretty sure that it will be new normal, because I taught one class, 4 people in the room, and we were fully booked.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun to hang out with people, to again connect, talk about paints, paper. We have so much in common, even that actually we don't. If you look at, my weird dark stuff and bleeding skulls and your modern abstracts, you would say that we shouldn't have a topic to talk about, but usually we do.
Yep.
Okay, so, oh wow, Penny. uh,
Well, no, I wasn't 4, but I can knit too.
I know how to, but I'm not patient enough. I can do the spring or really small scarf, like for the teddy bear, because I cannot sit. I also love. Okay, that will that will sound wrong. I love. It's not hooking. It's not hooking.
Crochet.
Actually, yeah, I love crochet when you use the really thick yarn and you make those baskets. I was obsessed with that for a whole year. Did like a bunch of them, then destroyed them, made them again, and after I think that I killed the sparkle in myself for that by redoing stuff to make them perfect.
Yeah, so I've always been creative, even as a kid.
I like drawing. When I was little, I loved draw. I love to draw, to paint, to make like those it was a kid's art, like making a small pottery to have from the clay that you put in the hot water and it will get hard. So yeah, so I was playing with that, and then I forgot about crafting for really any kind of creative work for a really long time, and I rediscovered it as a adult. And now I don't like to draw because I can't. It looks ugly.
Well, I always think that I stopped when I went to study. I studied journalism, but I didn't, because if I look at my the papers I had to, there are little drawings, and I made videos there. So I think I wasn't creative, but I just did something else creative, right? So I never really stopped.
So I definitely stopped. My subject of studies was supposed to be creative, but it ended up not being creative, and it was a long journey. But after it all, I really like the place that I am right now. I keep developing, and I think that it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a fail, but
You have to try it, right?
I'm
If you don't
trying
try
so
it,
many things, and for most of the time it's a huge fail. But I don't put it anywhere. I have like my ugly, let's call it journal, but it's not a journal at all. It's just a bunch of ugly stuff that I don't want to toss it away, because time to time I need to look at the ugly things to realize that the ones that I think that are like not the best are actually really good if you compare if you compare them to the ugly ones. But I don't show it because it's just like time
because
to time I feel like, yeah, I will just play with the paint quickly or stamp few things. I just feel the need of being creative every day in some kind of way, in some area.
Mhm.
Mm,
Are there any more questions?
yeah, did personal things, but never lost the passion of seeing others do it. Oh yeah, it's like me watching paint porn. That's my favorite thing to watch to relax. When people do the pour art, when they pour paint and it's just dripping, and yeah.
That's when you go on Instagram, and then on the discovery page you see all those paint pour things, and sand paintings, and all those kinds of things that you can keep watching and watching and watching.
But it relaxes me. The same
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
when people put stuff in resin and then pour the resin and play with different colors and make patterns. It's just nice to watch.
Yeah.
I should do things like that. You should see how many views they have. It's like I'm spending so much time on the video and somebody just record how they pour paint.
It's too messy for me.
Oh, you don't like messy? I like messy. I tried pour painting. I have a couple of them, and they are hanging out with the gel prints because I don't know what to do with them next.
No.
Uh,
Someday you will know what to do.
yeah, that's why that's what for basements are invented for. I pack everything in the box. It goes to the basement, but I remember that it's there. So anytime I need it, I can go and grab it. Because I don't have space in my craft/office space right now for anything.
How big is your room? Small?
Actually, the room is big, but I have just 1/4 because over there is another working station of my husband. We have like half, and the other half is our bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Don't have like a studio space. I would love to have it, but then I don't know if it would make me more or less creative. Because now I keep everything in order. Oh, by the way, because I
Yeah.
did the sparkling joy thing when you have to take every item you own and think if it sparks joy or not. If it sparks, you keep it. If it not, you toss it away. So I did it, and now I have to clean constantly to keep the level of cleanness on the same stage.
No, that's easy for me, but as a crafter, you tend to keep stuff anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
Stuff comes back and then you need it, right? So my the rest of the house. Because I'm really good at KonMari. I can throw stuff away, no problem.
I could throw stuff away, and I have no issues with throwing them away. I gave away like couple of bags of crafty stuff that it's not like I would not toss them away. That's why I gave them away to someone. But those were things that I collected through 10 years. It was 10 years of hoarding each scrap of paper, and I still do that. Unfortunately, I know that I can afford to buy a whole block of papers, but I still save every scrap of paper because if I have to die cut something small, I don't want to waste whole page. The trees are dying and stuff like that. So I have no problems with tossing stuff away. Emotionally, I can do it, but physically, no. I will just organize them in the envelopes and then forget when I put the envelope with the scraps. Okay, guys, do you have any more
You have to use it.
questions? Okay, we have Terry. I find it easy to throw things away, except most of the craft items.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Terry, was it Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I totally get it.
We
all have that.
I don't get emotionally attached very often,
I don't.
but still, I have stamps. I'm not a stamper, unfortunately, because I do design stamps, but I'm not a good stamper or good example of use of the stamps because it's not very creative. What I can do with the stamps, but I look at your hard print and I know that it would make such an amazing, only this one picture. You would have amazing stamp set from that one picture that you posted. and I know that it would be popular stamp set. And I'm pretty sure that you would know how to use it. I would not, but I know that it would be good stamp set. You should consider that for the future.
But I should. Okay. You need to tell me what picture.
The one with the heart. I see here
Oh,
like whole. Yeah, I can
yeah.
see like whole stamp set. You have at least 3 focal images and couple of background ones, and I think that that would be such a cool and such a popular stamp set. I don't know how I would use it, but I know that from that picture it would turn beautifully for the stamps.
Maybe one day I will have a
Because
product line.
if you would look at my stamp collection, except my stamps and really weird stuff like beds, skulls, and things like that. On the end of my drawer, I have my stamps that I bought at the beginning of my crafty journey, and those are only items that I'm emotionally attached to. Like stamps with cute robots. Can you see me doing now, like cute robot card? Because
Yeah,
I
only
consume.
your own designs.
Uh, but those were different kind of cute.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
was
yeah.
cute from 10 years ago. Now when you look at it, it's like, who would buy that? Yeah, so not necessarily. And the cute designs, I also ditched that because it didn't spark joy. Now I'm keying more and more into really weird stuff. So I'm scared where I will be next year.
Hey, we all want to find out.
I'm not sure because I'm going now. I had like it was hard to sneak one skull to any kind of stamp set, and now I have the one that is basically just whole whole set is full of weird stuff, and I'm surprised that people are into it because I thought that I'm the only one who likes the really creepy and weird thing.
No,
Uh,
I'm sure you're not.
mm. Terry, no worries. You can watch on the replay and you will know everything. Yes, Tancios. Okay, so we will wrap it up. I will just, as we are already on the subject, have you ever think about having your own product line, or you don't think that it's for you?
If I have ever thought of it, is that your question?
Yeah,
No, I haven't. But yeah, well, you never know what happens.
that's true. That's true. Life
So
is just
I'm not
a weird thing.
out. Now I see a black screen. So I am sketching more, and I started a print in taking a printmaking class like 1.5 years ago, and so I'm now drawing more. So I'm seeing more potential in my own designs, and maybe it's just a process I need to go through.
You never know where the thing will go because sometimes opportunities, seriously, sometimes they are just behind the corner and they come to you for most of the time when you don't expect them. I
Right.
never expected to be a stamp designer because I'm not a stamper. I have no idea how it happened. Don't ask me.
No, but it's the same thing, right? If this whole pandemic situation hadn't happened, I would probably never have gone on a Facebook Live. We would probably never be talking like this. So
I would probably come up with this idea, later in some kind of shape or form, because I already had it in Frankfurt when we were
oh really?
chit-chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I already approached Marlene in Frankfurt and was like, what do you think about it? That we should all come together and just discuss art, because I found it really inspiring, those conversations.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
every
yeah.
time when we meet, I'm coming back home and I'm doing cool stuff. And I feel that it's because of this common creative energy that we produce together.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a
I will
really great, it's a really great group. Special people. Marsha.
see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I will end
Thanks,
up. I
Penny.
will still put your. I will put those pouches on the screen again. Yeah. So thank you everyone for attending. Thank you, Marsha,
Yes.
for being brave and coming in front of the camera.
Thank you for having.
Yeah, it was fun. But I have really weird connection today. Sorry
Yeah.
for. I have no idea what's happening because nobody is using internet except of me. So probably I just messed up something in the computer.
Oh, don't worry about it.
But it was fun. It was fun. It's always fun. Okay, where is? I have to take off the comment. Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. That was accident. I will put the pouches on the screen as the final thing. Thank you guys, and check out Marsha's social media in the links in the description box, and see you at the next one. Bye.